What's going on, guys? Nate here, and a couple of months ago I showed off the upcoming Oblivion mod, a mod that intends to essentially remaster all of Oblivion using Skyrim's engine. Well, that mod was and is a part of the Elder Scrolls Renewal project, as is Skywind, a mod bent on the recreation of all of the Elder Scrolls Morrowind utilizing Skyrim's more modern assets. The modders are essentially reconstructing the Elder Scrolls 3 from the ground up, redesigning textures, locations, armors, weapons, the whole 9 yards really, while at the same time incorporating some of Skyrim's more recent and modern mechanics, such as a third-person camera, fast travel, smithing, alchemy, crafting, and more. And on that crafting point, the team will be creating their own recipes, so you'll be able to craft and forge much of the objects found in Morrowind. Now at this point, you may very well be thinking, wait a minute, Nate, how can Bethesda allow this? The Skywind team is pretty much remastering Morrowind for free here. What if Bethesda gets the same idea, and they want to do the same thing, but sell a Morrowind remaster instead? Can't they essentially shut this project down? Well, yes, but that does not look like it's Bethesda's intention. Rebel, one of the leaders for the Elder Scrolls Renewal project, said the following, quote, "Bethesda have stated they cannot support us, due to the fact that we are using their content, but they have no plans to stop us from working or releasing the mod," end quote. It would appear as though Bethesda isn't particularly bothered by any of these projects. That's likely because the company doesn't seem to have any plans to remaster any of the older Elder Scrolls games within the foreseeable future. And if they decide to do so, by the time they get to it, a new engine should be available for them to work with anyway. Now, there were some concerns that Skywind and its sister project could harm the future sales of Oblivion and Morrowind, considering they intend to ultimately be superior versions available for free. To reconcile this, the mods will require that you own legitimate copies of both Skywind and Morrowind, as well as Morrowind's DLC. The same is of course relevant for Skyblivion and Oblivion. So in theory, this should actually boost Morrowind sales, if anything. Personally, I never was able to get too deep into Morrowind. I've heard a lot of great things about it. I've seen many videos telling me why it's the best Elder Scrolls game ever made. But when I tried to get into it for myself, I was relatively unable to. I was frustrated with the game's visuals and how dated they felt. I never touched Morrowind up until I played Skyrim, as the game came out when I was like 4, so I wasn't exactly on board for the train at launch. But I digress. As I've grown spoiled by more modern graphical capabilities, it's become a challenge to go back and play games that lack such. I made a similar point in my Skyblivion video, and many people levied the very legitimate argument that you could just slap a few texture packs on Oblivion and it'll hold up well. And to an extent, I believe that's true. I don't, however, believe the same can be said about Morrowind. Trust me, I did my best there. While we're discussing graphics, it's also worth noting that Skywind's textures will be at a base 2K resolution. Furthermore, as expected, the dev team has confirmed that most, if not all, ENBs will remain functional with the project as well, so it should look very comparable to your own modded Skyrim in most cases. Skywind has no official release date set at the moment, but it has been in development since Skyrim's been out, so you can rest assured that the mod team is very committed. The project's also been gaining a lot of momentum recently, so I have no doubt that it will be completed. Unfortunately, it will not be available for consoles in any capacity due to some restrictions. If you're interested in finding out more about this project, links will be in the description down below to the mod's Discord as well as website, where they are accepting volunteer applications from qualified individuals if you're interested in joining this already pretty large and talented team, and who knows, maybe your joining will speed it up just by a little bit. But with that, we are going to wrap up. I hope you all enjoyed. If so, a like rating is always very much appreciated, and what are you looking forward to going back and redoing in Morrowind for yourself? Leave a comment down below. I didn't really play much past the intro sequence, so this will almost be an entirely new game for me. But again, I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Peace out, everybody.